Hey there, and welcome to the databits review of my first review of a Android-based smartwatch. And this one is the Besteker X200 Bluetooth smartwatch. It has GSM capability and the capability of using it as a phone. You can put a SIM card in it and make phone calls and receive and send text messages on it. And of all the reviews that I've done about watches in the past, and people like my watch reviews for some reason, this particular one is much better in the sense that it actually is basically a computer that you're carrying around on your wrist with the capability of all of the Google apps that are out there. So I don't know if all of those apps run on this watch, but some of them can, and I'll show you in a minute a close-up view of some of the apps that I've put on it and added to its functionality. So just some highlights of it before I actually show you the watch in person is it has excellent craftsmanship, which is true. It looks very nice. It looks very well made. It has a 4-core processor. It's an A7 1.3 gigahertz. It has a very cool camera in it. It has a 720p HD display, 400 by 400 pixels, 1.39 inches. Let's see, it is waterproof, so you can, take a shower with it if you like. Probably don't want to submerge it. It's probably more spill-proof than waterproof. But yeah, I wouldn't go diving with it or anything. And including in the package, you get a smartwatch, you get a USB cable, you get a special screwdriver to remove the door on the back to put the SIM card in, and a user's manual, and really kind of a handsome case that it comes in as well. And I'll show you that also. Your new Besteker smartwatch will arrive in this faux leather case with this elegant stitching along the outside. Let's open up the case now and reveal the contents of the package. Inside, you'll see the watch itself. On the back here, the Besteker Smartwatch User's Guide in that handy little pouch. If we open up this door here on the side, we have the charging cable as well as a screwdriver that you can use to remove the back door and put in a SIM card. And you'll see the screwdriver right there. So let's go ahead and press the home button on the watch itself so you can see it light up in all of its splendor. The band itself is kind of a soft, rubbery type material, very comfortable to wear. The watch itself is very elegant looking. It looks very professional. It looks well made, as you can see here. On the side here, you have the camera. You have the microphone hole right there, the home button as we described a second ago. Turning it around here, and you have the holes for the speaker. If I remove it from this packaging piece here, put that back in there. Oh, by the way, there is a sticker in the bottom of the case with your IMEI number on it. That's very handy to have when you're getting it registered with your cell telephone provider. So if we look on the back here, you'll see the interface for the charging cable as well as the sensors for your heart rate. And again, there's that door that you can remove to put in the SIM card. The interface cable, which is right here, has 2 little tiny magnets on the side, and this just simply sticks to the back of the watch to allow you to charge it. So there you go, just interfaces like that. If you'd like to see what this SIM card looks like inside, I'll go ahead and take it out. The SIM card that I'm using was actually in a Wi-Fi hotspot from AT&T, and I removed it and put it in here. All right, and there you can see my SIM card nicely attached to the bottom of the watch. Here is the watch handsomely attached to my wrist, to my handsome wrist, of course. And if I press the button there, you can see that the screen has plenty of resolution and looks very nice, sharp, and clear. Alright guys, now that you have seen the watch itself, I'd like to take you into the operating system just a tad here and kind of show you around and see what's going on inside. Now I am doing a remote connection to my watch via an app called Visor, V-Y-S-O-R. As you can see here, I'll give you kind of a close-up look at all the different watch faces that are in here. Some of these I've downloaded, so for example, if I get tired of these particular ones, I can just click that plus sign there at the end of them, and I can add some additional watch faces. I'll show you a couple of my favorites. I like this white one here, and I like this white one in particular because it will tell me how much battery I have left. So there you go. You can see I've got 100% battery at this point. And let's see, the other one that I like is just for style capability here. This one almost has a neon look to it, so that's kind of cool. Now the one thing I haven't figured out is how to change the Celsius down there for the weather to Fahrenheit. So if anybody has any suggestions on that, let me know. I did a couple of quick Google searches and did not come up with anything. As you can see here, I have taken 368 steps today. That's woohoo. I've really worked hard. But this particular watch face shows all of this information as well. Battery, heart rate, as well as my steps. So what I'm going to do is swipe to the right, and I'll just show you this big long list of apps that comes with it. So I'm not going to name each one. Let me just scroll down so you can kind of see what's in here, and then I'll highlight the cool stuff. Okay. It does have the capability to control your phone, so you can use it as a remote control to take a picture with your phone, for example. So you can set your camera on a tripod or even your phone on a tripod, and then use this to take a picture. I do have an app on here that lets me make watch faces. I haven't gotten into that yet, but it's called Watchmaker, of all things. And a little barcode scanner app. A couple of voice-controlled apps that I've ran into here, one called Hound, the other one is just voice, and that one's through Google. I've also downloaded Outlook, and Outlook actually runs on here, so I've got my Hotmail synchronized with it. So there's my contacts. The only thing that's in there right now is what is coming over from Google, from my Gmail account. And here's, of course, is the phone app, so I can make a phone call with it. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I did put a SIM card in this, and it does work quite well. Let's see here. Let's go into settings real quick just to show you what you've got control over on here. So you've got your sound, display. You can set your brightness level, sleep timer. Let's change this to 30 minutes of activity. And then I've gone with a large font there just to keep things big since this is a small watch. I got my app list style, kind of a display change there. Mobile assistant, gesture, power saving, date and time. I can uninstall applications, and I can look at my watch here. In order to get this visor to run, I had to go in here and turn on this developer option that you see here. So I had to turn on debug mode. Where was that at? It's down here somewhere. There it is. So USB debugging mode. That's in order to get this visor app to synchronize with it. So you can see here it's model number X200. It's Android version 5.1. It's got a security patch from 6.1 of 2016 on it. Baseband version, kernel version, build number. All that's in there. Looking at the connect options here. So here we've got Wi-Fi. I can turn on my Wi-Fi if I want to. And once I turn it on, you'll see that my local connections show up in there. So there's my police van that I have here at my house. Scares people off, makes them think that they're connecting to a police van standing out in their driveway. We've got GPS, so you can use this watch to get you directions to wherever you happen to be traveling. You can use this watch as a Wi-Fi hotspot. So you can, if you have a SIM card in it, you can take that internet connection and then share it out to other devices. That's got to be pretty cool. Haven't tried that yet. And of course you got Bluetooth in here. So Bluetooth allows you to synchronize the watch with your phone. Now I haven't had a whole lot of luck with it so far getting notifications, but I've kind of shied away from notifications in the sense that it's not really a big deal to me if I get a text on my phone that I see it on my watch. What I'm more concerned about is having the watch, for me, just be a watch and some of the other options with it. So for example, I downloaded this, this Hound application. So I can go into that and show it to you. Okay, Hound. What time is it?
It is 3:16 p.m. in Festus.
Okay, Hound. What's the weather forecast?
There will be partly sunny skies with showers with a high of 90 degrees and a low of 67 degrees in Festus, July 3rd, 2017.
All right, so there is a primitive version of Alexa or of Siri that you can use here on your watch. Let me show you the main screen here. Let's go back to the main watch face. If I scroll down, push down, swipe down, I get this. So this is my screen here. It shows me my 3G connection to AT&T is solid there, 3 bars. It shows that my Bluetooth is not connected. My battery is still 100%, and there's my date and time. If I scroll to the right, I get this little control panel here, kind of like what you get when you scroll down from the top of the screen on an Android or from the bottom up on a Apple iPhone, and you have a little control panel here. Now that first setting on the top left there, this one, what this does is every time you turn your watch, turn your wrist, twist your wrist, it will display the time. And I found that that uses up a lot of battery, so I leave that off. Next here you have your those 2 little arrows swiping together, these guys right here. That is my 3G connection. Over here I have my location services or GPS turned on, my Wi-Fi, my Bluetooth, and then a dimmer, quick dimmer switch there as well. If I swipe to the left again, I get to see how many steps I've taken today. And of course I've got 368 under my belt. Alright, so again, I swiped over 3 times and then swiped down. If I swipe down again from the clock face, actually from the bottom up, I get to see the weather here, and of course it's in Celsius. So now I have like AccuWeather going on here. So I can take a quick glance at the weather forecast over the next couple of days. I thought it might be cool to show you the camera, since the camera is a fairly solid feature of this device. It does have 4 gigabytes of RAM in it, or of storage. If I go into my camera here, I can then kind of give you a live view of what's going on my screen. So, yep, there is my screen, and my screen taking a picture of the screen. And just to show you some photos that I took not too long ago, this was taken at the Missouri History Museum in St. Louis. There's another picture there. Another picture of a little model airplane you can kind of crudely put together there on site. This was a section here that had like a history of chiropractors, and double tapping actually is letting me zoom in to that particular photo. Here's a little bit of a video that unfortunately has a side, it's, you know, the orientation is sideways, and I don't know how to flip that back over. I guess I have to make sure I have the camera oriented correctly when I'm doing a video. So you go ahead and just turn your head sideways to watch that video. Alright, so again, that's the gallery on here, that what you would normally see on a Android device. The calendar really is kind of pointless. There's your calendar. Gives you a full month's display, but it doesn't show you what your activities are that you have going on. Let's see, now it does have a music app on it, so you can download some music and put it on here. I did not do that for this demo. Let's see. So here it shows how much available space I have and how much I've used. This is underneath the File program there. Find Me, that's kind of a program so you can either find your phone or find your watch. And my health information is right there. I can go ahead and check my heart rate and so forth. Here is the Google Play Store. So if I want to go in and find some apps to run on this device. This is a little bit funky to do on the watch itself because that display is really tiny. I mean, super tiny. But if I hook this up to my computer and use the Visor app to synchronize with it, then I can kind of go through and check out some stuff that way. Looks like there's also some additional watch faces that I can get. Taking you back to the original watch face, kind of the start of everything here, if I swipe from left to right, it will take me to my notification settings here. So far, when I receive an email on my Hotmail that I have synced up through Outlook, I do receive a notification here that that did come through. If I wanted to, I could go in and just see if my heart rate is out of control here. Probably is, because I enjoy making videos so much, and you know, it has a tendency to have an effect on me. So if I go into my health app here, I'll go into heart rate, and let's go ahead and check that, see how it's doing here. All right, so there we go. There is my heart rate, 97 beats per minute. And like I told you, I am very excited to do this. So there you go, 95 beats per minute. A frequently asked question is, how is the battery life on this watch? And I will tell you this, that after using this for a week, I've discovered that right about 4:30 in the afternoon, after using it all day, taking it off charge about 8 o'clock in the morning, it was pretty low. It was like 37% or less on battery, and did require a charge fairly quickly. So if there's anything negative to say about this watch, it would be its battery life could be better. But it is pretty good, and again, I was using the cellular feature activated all day, but I did turn off Wi-Fi and Bluetooth to save the power for those particular radios. So again, battery life is average. It could be better, but of course it's going to vary depending on what you're doing with the watch. I mean, if you're making phone calls on it, or surfing the internet, those types of things, it will definitely use more power to do those things and drain your battery quicker. So guys, thank you for the opportunity to share this experience with you, the Besteker smartwatch, the X200. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and share this video with a friend. It might be helpful to them. Also, click that like button and leave some comments down below. If you have any questions about it, be happy to answer those for you. And I will see you next time.